I really don't understand it. People will buy people will buy something for $80 on the internet when you can just go down to the record store. Literally, like, people will buy it like in LA or somewhere where something is completely accessible. And they'll spend $80 when it's still available in, like, you know, Amoeba Records or whatever. So I don't understand what people are thinking. I think that they're just addicted to spending.
By making less copies than they need, people are obviously exploiting that greed, essentially, that everybody needs everything immediately right now, or they need the very first pressing or whatever.
A lot of the labels would want to do weird pressings, like colored wax or silkscreen. But there's a real financial reason for that. That's the way a lot of these little labels stay afloat, is because they can't really afford to just wholesale all the copies. So if they make a weird edition that they can only get directly from the label, so that you have to buy it at the retail cost, that floats the whole pressing. You know, if they can sell 100 like that, you know, I understand that. For like a small label, that's what you have to do.
I guess it's a personalized statement of something very limited and thus special to you if you have it, you know. It's cool, you know. I mean, music as art object has always been something that I could totally identify with.
It's pretty much records, rent, and food in that order.
What about your lady?
She falls in the rent and food part.
I don't get as up in arms about the eBay price of records. The majority of those records all come down in price.
It was flattering to have experienced the eBay craziness.
We don't get much eBay craziness anymore.
No, I actually looked at our listings on eBay the other day for the first time in months, and the Mauled by Tigers record, the first pressing of our first record, 500, sold for like $20.
During that, like, the crazy period, it was like $100.
So that's like, you know, it's cool. It's cool part of our history as a band, I think, the eBay craziness.
Like, I was just talking to somebody in a band who's like, going through that right now.
Which band?
Like, I'm not gonna say.
Okay.
But and they're going through that right now, and they're like, oh my God, like, someone bought our record for like, you know, $80 on eBay, and I'm just like, it's gonna go away.
I've seen the past and of the present and the future, and it's all right with me. I can't see the light, it's all I need. I can't see the stars above, I've gone out to sea. It's all right with me. 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 It's all right with me.
That there's just such an availability of music that we didn't have as kids. I'm 29 years old. You know, they can go on the internet and they can find those links between like a band, the new band they like, and then talking about old bands, and instantly find any sort of reference to like something they like that's current.
Because of the internet or what have you, you're seeing all these bands now that find a self-contained way to present their version of rock and do it very specifically, but yet opening up to very, very broad elements.
Kids that would have been doing something really awesome and no one would have ever paid attention to it, they have immediate like free outlet to display something.
I do think that like internet hype will take you a long way. So even if you're on a tiny label, but people are talking about you, the right people will come to you to make sure that your band is heard.
We'd never been in a band that had gotten like a lot of press, you know, doing interviews and being scrutinized, being reviewed.
I say any press is good press. Motherfuckers pushed me off the bar. I was like, you're trying to blow my cool? I was like, I barely know how to solo. I'm trying to solo right now. And I'm talking to him going, I'm gonna start up again. Okay, there we are. He didn't say, I'll hit you, but he like kind of did me a threatening response. It's like, really? And I did this, I was like, oh no, you don't. I mean, he might have kicked my ass, but there's one thing, you don't mess up. I'm trying to fucking solo right now and I'm on your bar. Hold on a second.
You guys played earlier, didn't you?
We did.
I did not watch.
Can you just edit it to where she's just looking at me?
You guys are from Chicago, right? Yeah.
Edit that part too.
Right?
We're from Atlanta.
You're from Atlanta?
Yes.
But don't you guys live in Chicago?
Edit that part out too.
You know, sometimes in the line of the work we do, we kind of act like jerks. That wasn't really anything new for us, but then all of a sudden we found ourselves more in the blogosphere and we're like on a bigger label. I don't think we were ready for how blown out of proportion it would get like on media level or a blog level.
You know, like get right up for like crazy shit that we've done. Good. I'm glad someone took time to notice.
But yeah, as far as being polite or politically correct or like safe, don't look to us for high moral character.
We tend to like joke around a lot, and so we didn't realize that people that don't know you can't understand your inside jokes,
And it comes off as annoying.
It comes off as really annoying.
Going to the American Apparel and inviting everyone to the show tonight. Hopefully they'll all be down because, you know, American Apparel employees are on the forefront of cool, right? I'm in this really famous band. Yeah, what are you doing tonight?
I'm sorry?
What are you doing tonight? Do you want to go to the show?
No.
You don't? Do you know who's playing?
Who's playing?
You know Neon Indian?
No, I
You don't?
We're not trying to be anything we're not, you know? Genuine. It's genuine, it's sincere. And I think that's why it strikes a chord with so many people. I'm all about becoming like a really, really great artist with lots of integrity that just like supermodels come flock to because I'm just like so like weird and like, you know, I really have my shit together, but at the same time, you know, I'm like, you know, fun and great, you know. Did you tell you about how we got off the plane in New York and there was paparazzi everywhere? No. It's like, yeah, no, it was crazy, like all these fans and stuff. Bands being successful in the whole like garage rock scene or whatever, like it is an ongoing thing of everyone thinking everyone else is ripping each other off. I think because everyone likes to think of it as like being really amateur, you know, like that's the thing, is like it's the same chord progressions all the time with, you know, like just a different shtick with it, you know.
I got lucky because I was making music when I was their age, but like nobody gave a fuck. So being around for a while kind of gives you not cred, but you know, like fucking get used to the bullshit.
You get built up and then you get taken down just as quick, and then that's it. You know, nobody cares about you anymore. Like, what does it take now for a band to have lasting power?
Then you see a band, you know, like, you know, the OCs or something, who are remarkable. Maybe like one of the best live bands in the whole world.
All the ones to be left.
It's a boutique and a hair salon. Really crazy. Here's the dress department. Here's where you can buy records, including this one. All the celebrity mags you could ever dream of. All the t-shirts you could ever want. Why do they still say $18? They should say $5.
Down a little this is awesome. It's like a 16-year-old girl's dream from a pinup in the 1972 Tiger Beat.
The store started 3 years ago. Me and Seth did hair together in San Francisco, and we both had the idea of having used clothing and records and rock and roll stuff with doing hair.
So just buzz the sides and then we'll bleach the rest? Okay.
I knew that he always had an affection for poppy rock and roll, bubblegum.
It's not that I think you're bad looking, cause you don't like rock and roll. It's not that I don't like your cooking, cause you don't like rock and roll. I think you got a seven body, but you don't like rock and roll. And all my friends think you're a hottie, but you don't like rock and roll. What the hell is wrong with you? I think you think too much glue. You don't like rock and roll.
We'd seen queercore bands, but you see Seth take it to a form that was everything that we grew up and loved, from the Ramones to the stuff of like Bump Records and to bubblegum, especially bubblegum. Those guys knew it and put it out there to a bunch of kids who weren't really sure what it was, but it was catchy as fuck.
I've known Seth for a couple years, like we used to trade zines and stuff. I grew up in Triana, Alabama, back over that way. It's like I've been playing rock and roll like all my life. My uncle played the blues and my grandma was into like, you know, just deep Southern black folk shit, you know what I mean? Which is like rock and roll. Space, children, universal lovers. Space, children. If you're a musician and you're an artist, like it's like, and you want to write a love song, it's like, why would I write a? I mean, I can write love songs about girls. I love girls, but I mean, like, I like boys. It's just gonna like come out, and I think that's fine too. And I think, I don't know, there's so much fluidity in the world. I'd be on tour with Gravy Train, and we were like in the middle of Arizona, and there was like this straight fucking jock had his girlfriend with him. He was in the front row, like screaming at me, just like, "You made me gay. Play it, play it, play it." But like to this point where I was just like, if we don't play it, like he might like fuck us up. And I was just kind of like, where am I? So I'm always happy when like weird shit like that happens.
A bunch of people think we're like homophobes, but you know, like I mean, first admit I've dropped the F-bomb and the M-bomb. Is just like, it's not that, you know, I'm a bigot or a racist, just not politically correct. I'm kind of sloppy and just feel free like that. I don't know.
I'm not gonna call nobody racist. I'm not gonna call them homophobic. Though I don't understand how motherfuckers wanna say racist and homophobic shit, but then don't wanna be called racist and homophobic. Like, oh dude, you just really hurt my feelings. I was just joking. Mama, shut the fuck up. Do you know what the fuck I have to go through in life, and you gonna fucking play me like that?
The word faggot is like love, because it can take on multiple meanings. It means something different to everyone, you know?
Is that short enough?
What about these little peekaboos?
I'll do those with scissors.
Okay, yeah, that's perfect.
Well, let's bleach it.
Okay, let's bleach it and see what happens.
Sometimes I can't deal with customers at all, and I wish I didn't have to do this ever. This is what happens in my real life.